How's it going? My name is Matt Wefer.
I'm Jordan Factor.
And we're part of the U.S. Sailing Team Sperry Top-Sider. We've been on the team now since 2013, our second year. And both of us just finished up college. I went to Dartmouth, Jordan went to University of Vermont, and now we're ready to sail full-time and campaign train to qualify for the 2016 Olympics.
In the 470, that is.
In the 470, of course. And so we're excited to show Harkin what cool systems we have on our boat and what makes our boat go fast.
So basically a system that's fairly common among 470s, but I think is one of the smartest systems is the spinnaker pumper. Basically works with a really simple design. It's an ascender on the back that is attached to bungee. So when the ascender is facing down, the bungee can actually take out slack to the back. But when the ascender's up, the slack can only come out of the halyard side. So what happens here is also turns the spinnaker pumper into a 1-to-2 system, so you get twice as much halyard as you do per pull. So like when you're pulling here, the ascender faces up, so the slack comes out of the halyard shoots up. As you put it down, all the halyard's taken back by the bungee, and you can go for your final pull, but as you can see, it's already up. It's a pretty low friction system, so when there's not much resistance against it, the halyard will just fly up the mast. It's really awesome, and there's a few variations of the system, but this one works really well. The handle is held up just by a piece of bungee that runs forward and back, so you can get a little bit more distance on it. And it basically holds it up so that it never really gets tangled on anything, and it's ready to be pulled the second you get around the top mark. Also on the spinnaker halyard system, we have a spinnaker trip. What that does is it allows you to uncleat the halyard from any, whether you're on port or starboard, reaching or downwind. And it's really nice when you need it, and it only happens to not be there when you really need it. So we just put it on, and just in case. And it's really sweet because even when the halyard has a ton of pressure on it, you can kind of bow the system up, and the spinnaker halyard comes right out of the cleat. Our Traveler's, it's on a really neat system here. It works with a trip line that actually auto-tacks as there's pressure on the windward bridle. So we run the bridle system, so as there's pressure if we're on port and this is the windward bridle, it allows you to pull in the windward Traveler, but then as you tack and then the pressure goes on to the other bridle, it'll uncleat the system here, and then you're allowed to trim the new windward Traveler, so you can only trim the side that has pressure on the windward bridle, which is really cool. So as you tack, you don't have to worry about this coming out of the cleat, and you can just worry about finishing the tack without any issues.
Yes, on this boat we have a lot of these Harkin 16mm blocks. You can see them for basically all of our controls, our Vang, our Cunningham. We have one size bigger for our centerboard system, centerboard down and centerboard up. Every team sort of has their own variation of what they prefer for these systems. We run a continuous system for the Vang and then the Cunningham, so that no matter what tack you're on, whether you're on port or starboard, and where you've pulled all the slack out of to begin with. So on the starting line, you'd pull your Vang and your Cunningham on starboard. If you were to need to release it on port, you would always have enough slack to do that. And then for the centerboard, we have a 2-to-1 down system and a 4-to-1 up, so that you can easily adjust the board as you go on the fly, upwind and downwind. I guess moving forward, we have pretty standard jib tracks. We're able to adjust them fore and aft from the opposite side of the boat. So the cleat on the port side adjusts the jib lead on the starboard side of the boat, or as you're sailing on port tack, it's the lead that you'd need to adjust at the time. So it sort of runs across the boat and then forward to a 2-to-1.
We've got also this downhaul for the spinnaker pull. What this does is actually allows you to adjust the amount of bungee on the spinnaker pull downhaul, that is. So if you're on the reach and the pole's bouncing up and down, if you want to actually stabilize it, you yank on this and then it pulls against the bungee and keeps the pole steady. Really helps in wavy conditions. Also downwind too, and chop, when the bow is kind of going up and down, it's really useful. Another thing that we have is on our Cunningham system, we also have a bungee offs. So as you can see, it kind of it's one of those systems that if you don't have this, the Cunningham just kind of wants to stay on, just because due to friction, and also the sail doesn't necessarily pull it right up. So if you have a lot of Cunningham on, you take this off, it bungees off, and then the sail can go up. The Cunningham can really release, and that's actually pretty great for those medium conditions when you're in between overpowered and in the boat. Probably great for a place like Santander.
Thank you, Harkin, for everything you've done helping us put this boat together and helping us prepare for the 2014 Worlds here in Santander. Thank you.